Martinus has once pointed out 3 factors that are very important in evolution. And I guess they are also very important in the evolution of internationalism. And it is not Martinus' numbers, but I would say 90% of the evolution takes place by your own experiences. All evolution is goes continuously. Each time when you have made an experience, you have developed yourself. You have, and when you have trained and practiced, you are developing. So that is the most important thing, that is to do your own experiences. Could you develop your feelings through studies at university? No, you can't. You can develop your intelligence through studies at university. But your feelings can only be developed through feeling. You must feel, you must experience yourself. So 90% is your personal experience. But another very important factor, and I would give it 9%, and that is the spiritual science. Martinus thinks it is very important for mankind today to get a scientific guidance in human behavior. It should be shown in a logical and a scientific way what is the right way to behave. And it has been shown in Christianity, in humane religions, but that was based on blind belief, and you believe blindly in authorities. Now people have become very rational. We shall show it scientifically that it pays to be good. And Martinus actually said, my mission is to show that it pays to be good. That you profit from being good. The only logical thing, the only scientific thing is to serve your fellow beings. The only logical behavior is to practice neighborly love. So it's really important to show it pays to be good. And that can be done through the spiritual science. And for that reason, Martinus also called his work intellectualized Christianity. He said in the beginning, of course, Christianity was a world religion. But when eternity enters in Christianity, it becomes a science. And I had a lecture here on Monday where I talked a lot about eternity. The lecture's title was Understanding Eternity. That is, when you understand that life is eternal, the universe is eternal, and you understand the principle of contrast, you understand the karma principle, you see everything, then the Christianity becomes totally logical. But you cannot make a logical system with a one-life theory in Christianity. Then it's blind belief. But you can prove the results of Christianity as natural laws. In a way, I think it's also very, very simple in a way to explain. If you see, say, there are 2 living beings. It is me and the rest of the universe. If I do something that hurts the universe, but is a disadvantage for the universe, would the universe accept that? Or would that be logical to damage your surroundings? We see also with the pollution. Is it logical to pollute your own surroundings? Then you will have to live yourself in polluted surroundings. But if I am an advantage for the wholeness, for the whole universe, it's also an advantage for me. It cannot be logical to be a disadvantage for others. Martinus has also once explained that love is the same as to give freedom. But today, the superpowers, they have so much money, they take so much of the resources of planet Earth that they've got the power, and they can exploit the poor countries. They can suppress the poor countries. But you cannot make a true internationalism through suppressing other countries, through abusing other countries. You can only make a pure internationalism with the Christian ideals. And if you really want a just solution, you would not be interested in taking more, you would be more interested in serving. I was mentioning the Olympic Games, and Martinus says in the future, people are not interested in winning. If they have a race and they come to the goal, then the first one, he stops and says, I don't want to win. I would prefer that the others would win. Then the next man is coming, oh, please pass the goal first. No. And then the next one, and they have a long discussion. No, I want you to win. No, I want you to win. No, I want you to win. And that's the death of all sport. And that is because you've got another attitude. And what is the big problem of today of nationalism? That is, I want personal advantages. Our country wants personal advantages. And when all want advantages, there's this fight and this war. The opposite suggestion, we want to help you. No, we want to help you. And we want to help you. We want to help you. So that is a sort of kind of competition, who can help who. And I mean, that cannot lead to any war. So we really have to change this attitude. So I would say that pure Christianism is also leading to true internationalism. But there is also the last very important factor in the evolution, and that is the good example. It also plays a role how you behave. For example, if there is a family and then one of the children starts to smoke, then the parent says, you must not smoke, you're not allowed to smoke, you won't have it smoking. But I mean, if the parents are smoking themselves, it could look as if the children have learned it from the parents. But maybe the parents are not smoking and they're trying to stop the child to smoke. But anyway, if the child goes on smoking, at least the parent can say, the child did not learn it from us. But I've also experienced here in Martinus Center Clint in study groups, when during the presentation sometimes people are telling why they are coming to Clint, or they ask, why did you come to Clint? And I've heard the same story from different persons. They say, on my job, there was a colleague. It was a woman. She was so kind and mild and sympathetic and lovable, and she was vegetarian and so on. And someday I couldn't help ask her, why are you like this? And they asked and asked. And then at the end she said, well, I'm studying Martinus cosmology and so and so. And for that reason she came here. I'm trying to convince people about Martinus cosmology, discussing and arguing. I even get angry when they cannot say I'm right. That's not the right way to propagate the cosmology. It's more the other way when you can practice it. And Martinus also says that his cosmology, it has a minor importance if you only is a theoretical understanding. It has its big understanding when you start to practice in everyday life. That's the importance. And there was a woman, he was very afraid of losing the interest for Martinus cosmology. And she asked him, is there a risk that I can lose my interest for the cosmology? And then Martinus guaranteed, as long as you are interested in practicing these ideas in everyday life, you cannot lose the interest for these analyses. In his lectures, Martinus very often says, you are the new world culture. And sometimes it can be, you are pioneers for the new world culture. And yes, I'm not Martinus, but I also want to say, you are the new world culture. You are the pioneers for the new world culture. It can be a little bit difficult to explain what is Martinus cosmology about. What are we working with here in Clint? What are we doing? What is the purpose? And once Martinus asked himself very short and very clear, we are working with a new world moral. We are working with a new world moral or a new world culture. That is actually the purpose of Martinus cosmology. So I mean, this spiritual science also plays a big role in creating this internationalism. Because I would say pure internationalism, that is also pure Christianity, it's also pure democracy, it's also pure communism. So through the studies of the spiritual science and through the fact that you are practicing them and becoming a good example, you can actually also yourself contribute to the creation of an international world. Thank you for the interest.